Part 2 of this 4-part series on the Grasnek Pass covers the second half of the western ascent from the 3rd to the 5th kilometer and includes the summit view site. If you intend driving this pass, it's important to watch Part 1 first, which contains the Google Earth orientation clips as well as other important safety, tourism and historical information. The landscape of this area is dominated by the Kocher and Baviaanskloof mountains, which run parallel to each other in an east-west orientation. These are part of the Cape Fold mountain system. The Kocher range is the larger of the two. Many high peaks occur in the western and central parts of this range, whilst the eastern end is less rugged, with plateaus and hills generally less than 900 meters in altitude. Smutsberg is the highest peak at 1,757 meters, and the Baviaanskloof mountains form a long narrow range, with Skoltsberg at 1,625 meters being the highest peak. In the east, the Baviaanskloof mountains join the Groot Windhoek range, with Coxcomb being the highest peak, and at 1,768 meters above sea level, this is the highest peak in the wilderness area. The two main rivers that drain the area are the Baviaanskloof and Kocher rivers. They converge at Smitskraal, from where they flow in an easterly direction into the Kocher Dam. The Grootrivier drains the Karoo and flows through the reserve near Komdomo. The Witrivier, which has its origins within the reserve, joins this river. Although the modern Baviaanskloof is about 20 million years old, its precursor dates back 140 million years to the breakup of the continents, when a major tensional fault formed along what later became known as the Baviaanskloof. Erosion, together with repeated subsidence and upliftment events, have over the course of millions of years created the landscape one views today. Contrasting with the steep rugged gorges and mountain slopes are some remarkably flat plateaus at an altitude of between 650 and 900 meters. These are part of what is known as the African land surface, an old mature land surface which can be found over large parts of sub-Saharan Africa. The table mountain formations upon which the surface lies are hard and resistant to erosion, with the result that the African land surface is well preserved within the BWA. Quartzitic sandstones of the Table Mountain group dominate the landscape as a whole. All formations belonging to this group can be found in the area, and of these, the Peninsula Sandstone, Houdini Sandstones and Cedarberg Shales are predominant. The Baviaanskloof, or Valley of the Baboons, was once home to sand hunter-gatherers and early 18th century settlers who progressed from hunter to nomadic pastoralist to a more permanent lifestyle based on agriculture. This area was once important for the cultivation of pure vegetable seed, with the mountainous isolation preventing contamination of seed stock. Goats were farmed for the Angora goat industry, and together with seed production presented a viable industry. Towards the end of this almost level plateau section, the descent commences, which is soon followed by two excellent view sites. Both are easily accessible, with the second view site offering a wider range of views. These come up at the 4,6 kilometer mark at an altitude of approximately 420 meters. Drive along this jeep track for approximately 60 meters and park off at the top of this little hill, where you'll enjoy fantastic views of 360 degrees. Looking directly west, the road that you've just driven down winds its way up the mountain, with a view opening up over the Baviaanskloof River Gorge on the right. A little further into the north, there's a deep kloof known as Assegai Kloof. Now facing east, a number of tall peaks come into view, one of which is Tafelkop at 410 meters. Towards the south, the descent into the east becomes visible as the road clings to the mountainside via dozens of side ravines along the aptly named Druepoort. From this vantage point, you'll get a good perspective of just how complex this descent is. Be sure to watch parts 3 and 4, which deal with the entire descent.